Miss Walter says Mr. Apkins is always checking to see if she's cheating, but he's the one who keeps on getting busted. Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Walter versus Apkins.
Thank you very much, Ms. Walter and Mr. Apkins. I'm glad to have you here in divorce court. Thank you for trusting us with your relationship. I understand that this is a couple who are at a crossroads, deciding whether or not they're going to go through with this engagement and turn it into a marriage. Ms. Walter, you brought this case. You've been together for 3 years. You've been engaged for a year. But you have questions about your fiancé's behavior that you want some resolution with. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you tell me why we're in court today?
Well, Your Honor, I thought that he was my knight in shining armor, but now I don't even know if I want to walk down the aisle with him, depending on how this lie detector test goes. There's been some trust issues, and then his high level of insecurity when it comes to me, and then it seems like he's always broke.
And so I'm going to find out, Mr. Apkins, what do you say to these allegations? Because your relationship kind of hangs in the balance.
I'm not broke.
Okay.
I'm not broke for nobody. That's the first thing. Second thing is I don't necessarily have insecurities. I may have another word for the issue I may have from previous relationships and past trauma. I'm an emotional, fragile guy. So, yeah, I think that should be taken in consideration as well. But the reason why I'm here today is because I'm tired of Miss Waltz over here always trying to be controlling, always trying to make me be like her, which I'm a man. That's never going to happen. And I do love her. She's different from most, and I respect that, and I acknowledge that. So I do want this to work. I've even taken a lie detector test, as she's brought that up, just to prove to her that my integrity and my faithfulness to her in this relationship is solid. So
let's see if there's something still here between the two of you. We're going to delve a little deeper in that. Ms. Walter, why don't you take me back to when you all first met, when there were happier times, and then what led us to get here today?
Yes, so we first met on a dating app. And it was great. We talked all the time. Our relationship kind of moved kind of fast because within a couple of weeks, he was already ready to propose to me.
What?
Yeah. So
you got it like that within 2 weeks?
I mean, I said within a couple of weeks, yeah, he was already ready, to propose. I was kind of, reserved because it's only been a couple of weeks, but at the same time, he was everything I wanted,
Fair enough.
He was always, giving me gifts, getting my nails done, my hair done, and all of those things. So he was a good guy. He was a great listener, so it started off great.
And Mr. Apkins, you agree that it started off well?
I think it started out very well, yes. And I think some turns might have got involved in there, some wrong turns and things that she don't necessarily know about. As far as my financial situation was a lot better when we first started dating. So I was able to do those things with no worries. But things have happened, and I'm not in a situation anymore.
Okay.
She don't necessarily know all that because I thought I was making her happy still.
I know, but one of the tenets of a relationship is communication. And if things have changed under your circumstances, it's nothing to be ashamed of. A man walks in the door and he says, babe, our circumstances have changed, and I want to talk to you about it so that we can make a plan in light of the new circumstances.
Now, I understand where you're going with that, Your Honor. Our situation is that was none of our business. So I felt strongly about that. It was my business.
That was none of her business then.
No.
But did you or did you not ask her to become your wife?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And when she becomes your wife, it becomes her business.
When she becomes my wife, yes, you're correct. It becomes
But
her
in
business.
order for me to become your wife, I got to know what I'm getting into. So everybody should walk in with their eyes wide open so that you don't have to get a divorce. Because when eyes get open and new things are revealed, that's what usually causes problems in a marriage.
But she wants me to be like her so much, Your Honor. That's what she's missing out. She's a vegan, for example, right? I'm a down-home country boy from Pritchard, Alabama. I like meat. I'm a carnivore. So for her to be talking about something, she want me to start eating this vegan mac and cheese and all these other vegan products she try to push on me.
It's good for you.
Beyond Steak. What the hell is a Beyond Steak? It's beyond me what it is. So I got to go through all that stuff just because she wants me to be like her. She didn't bring it
because
up.
I want you to be healthy. Okay.
I know, but Miss Walter, let's come to brass tacks. You knew who Jimmy was when you first met Jimmy. He's a down-home country boy. He told you he liked meat. He's looking for oxtails, rice, and peas. He's not looking for Beyond Meat. That's just who the brother is. And if that does not work for you, fair enough, but that's who he is.
But he also knows that I was a vegan, so he knew that that's who I was. And if I'm cooking and preparing meals, then he knows what I'm buying. You know I'm a vegan, so why are you asking me to cook oxtails? I don't believe in eating meat, so why would I do that? I'm not.
Fair enough, because what has just occurred is you are a vegan who wants to prepare vegan food.
Right.
You are a carnivore who wants to eat meat and potatoes.
Some ribs, some steak.
Guess what? Either you cook your own food or you go out to eat. That's really the point.
Right.
Okay? And now I'm hearing about insecurities.
Yes. So he has this thing where he tries to investigate me, like I'm doing something. So he will like go through one of my old phones and go through my messenger on Facebook. He's created text-free numbers and text me acting like he's somebody else.
For what purpose? I don't understand.
He tries to act like he wants to catch me up on something. So I sent one of the texts as an example today.
I want you to walk me through that. Let me see the evidence, please. The green is you.
Who is this? Yeah.
Oh, I told you it's your sugar daddy, LOL. I don't play games, so you don't have to call me or text me at all. Good day, sir. It's okay, I'll sneak up on you when you come back home, like the big something bandit. That's when you knew that it was him?
I didn't know it was him. I get another random text message. I have an ex that we had a very traumatic breakup, and he made a number pretending to be that ex, saying he wanted to meet up and clear the air, and I'm like, I almost fell for it until he said, when we meet up, can I get in the bed with you? And I'm like, get in the bed with me? This is fishy.
It was another setup?
So he ended up admitting it, and Your Honor, that was not okay.
I'm just very proud of you on behalf of women everywhere that you shut it down early.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to use this text chain as an example, Exhibit A, in the future on divorce court of when somebody slide into your DMs how to shut it down. Shut it down, okay?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you did.
But he denied it. He acted like it wasn't him, and then months later, he did say, oh, yeah.
Why did you do that?
Okay. All right, in my defense...
I'm listening, and you don't need to prove nothing to them. You need to prove it to me.
I do have some form of trust issues, but not toward her.
But
okay?
wait a minute.
So,
if you're questioning this woman by going into her messages and trying to set her up, why
I
would
was
you
just
do
trying
that?
to test the loyalty, Your Honor. At this point, I had already proposed to her. I didn't want to go into the marriage. We did get married, and there'd be issues. So I was just throwing some nets out there to see if anything would throw up a red flag.
So you tried to set her up?
If you want to use words like that?
No, I don't need to use words like that. I need to see examples like this. And honestly, what would you have done had she fell into the trap?
Didn't think that far ahead, Your Honor.
And I'm very glad it didn't, because you had a trustworthy woman. That's the point.
Hold up now, though. But there's times I do have trust issues with her as well.
Well, I'm about to hear, because I understand that's not the only time that there's been an example of the trust issues.
No.
Who, on me?
And so, on you.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so I go back home to Oklahoma, and I always invite him, but he never wants to go. He's like, oh, it's boring down there. How did he know he ain't never been? But every time I come, that's when he starts to, act strange. So this one particular time I'm in Oklahoma, and I get another random text message, and I have an ex that we had a very traumatic breakup, and some things happened during that relationship, and he made a number, like the area code that I was in, pretending to be that ex, apologizing for everything he did. And I thought it was him, and he was apologizing for everything, saying he wanted to meet up and clear the air. And I'm like, wow, really now you want to clear the air? And then I almost fell for it until he said, well, when we meet up, can I get in the bed with you? And I'm like, get in the bed with me? He wouldn't say that. That was weird. Then he calls me. He calls me right after that. And he's like, what are you doing? And he was like, do you got any plans tonight? So it starts to register. This is fishy.
It was another setup?
So he ended up admitting it. And Your Honor, I left Oklahoma that same night. I wasn't supposed to leave until that next morning to head back to Atlanta. It was 12 and a half hours. I didn't sleep. Got right in my car and drove straight here to confront him because that was not okay. That was the final straw because you don't do stuff like that. Like, he knew how traumatic that breakup was. He knew it. So to use that against me was not okay.
Ms. Walter, I know it, and I can see from the passion that you are speaking with that whatever it was painful for you. That was mean-spirited and nasty. I'm sorry, sir.
She don't know I got an air tag. I got a way of finding out where she was at.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I got an air tag.
You slipped up. I heard it. Where's the air tag, Mr. Apkins?
In the back of the
You
trunk.
got an air tag on me?
You don't do that to somebody that you love. So help me to understand why you would, Mr. Apkins.
Past trauma, just really no excuse other than the fact that I want to make sure she was still loyal and gonna be faithful to me going into this marriage. I had no reason to doubt it up until the points like I was getting to earlier. There's situations where she says she'll be somewhere and she won't be there. Like there's a gym not far from where we live at, and there's another one maybe 3 or 4 blocks away. She says she's going to the gym. I'm all energetic. I throw on my gear, pop my supplements, go to the gym, get ready to meet her. She's nowhere to be found. I call her, ask her where she is. First I text her a couple times, no reply. I finally call, she lets me know she's at the other gym.
By my job.
At the other gym? Okay, cool. So she don't know I got an air tag. I got a way of finding out where she was at.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I got an air tag.
You slipped up. Something about this room to make people tell the truth. I heard it. She don't know I got an air tag. Where's the air tag, Mr. Apkins?
In the back of the
You
trunk.
got an air tag on me?
No, not on you.
Then where's it at?
It's in your trunk. By the spare tire.
Do you know how psycho that sounds? I'm gonna straight up call it. That sounds psycho.
It may be overprotective. I don't agree, Your Honor. I apologize, but I don't agree.
Oh, I heard one of my jurors say that's creepy.
They might be creepy.
Creepy.
She getting all emotional for no reason right now. It's just
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. You don't get to tell her what she can be emotional about.
Yes, ma'am.
He has no reason to not trust me. I haven't given any reason not to trust me.
Do you have any reason not to trust him?
Yes. I have every reason not to trust him.
Why do you say that?
We was looking at some stuff on his phone. He was showing me some stuff about the wedding. He got this text message, and this lady's name popped up, and I didn't know who it was. It's like, who is this? He finally tells me, that's a lady I met at the bar, and we became friends.
Okay, hold
on, stop, don't interrupt me. Not only that, I went through his phone and saw that he was on a dating app, and he had a whole profile. He was reaching out to different women. Now, I didn't see anything where they met up, but the fact that he was on the dating app, and I don't know what he done with that lady at the bar. I don't know none of these things. That's why I asked for the lie detector test, because I feel like he's out there doing something.
Well, I don't know if you have moved into Cheaterville, but I can tell you for certain that this behavior would make me suspicious.
Yes, ma'am. I totally understand. But, okay, the bar situation,
Nope. Mr. Apkins, let me tell you something. Juror number 2 been smiling at me this whole day. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he can't get my phone number. You know why? Because I'm a married woman, okay? He can't get my phone number because I'm a married woman. I don't care if we both go to the bar. I don't care if we sit at the bar, and not in any way, juror number 2, do I think that you were trying to flirt with me. This is calling an example, juror number 2. What I am saying to you is, can't nobody step to me because I'm a married woman and I'm not interested, because I am a married woman.
I see what you did there, but yeah, she supposed to be my woman. And when we double back around talking about me on this app, I mean, yeah, I was on the app because things weren't going or feeling the way I thought they should feel.
You sound like you was looking for a backup plan.
Maybe a plan C, not no plan B, though.
And see, that's why I need the results from this lie detector test.
I'm gonna pass the test.
Okay.
Actually, let's go to the test. Would you please ask Mr. Yarborough to join us?
I sure will.
I want an apology from them.
Sure.
Please.
You want apologies from the jury?
I want apologies from when I pass this test.
Because I'm going to tell you something, sir. Y'all don't don't need to worry. Excuse me, the jurors are about to revolt up in here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Yarborough, will you please introduce yourself to the court for the record?
My name's John Yarborough. I'm a certified polygraph examiner and a member of the American Polygraph Association. I've done hundreds of polygraph for law enforcement and other public safety agencies across the state, as well as professional and private party polygraphs.
I understand that Mr. Apkins willingly submitted to a polygraph examination ordered by this court, and we asked him 3 questions, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
All right, those questions are, Mr. Yarborough, we asked Mr. Apkins, did you have sexual contact with the woman you met at the bar?
That is correct.
And what was Mr. Apkins' answer?
Mr. Apkins answered no.
What did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception indicated to that
He
question.
told the truth about that incident.
That is correct.
We asked Mr. Apkins, while in a relationship with Miss Walter, have you had sexual contact with anyone you met on that dating app?
That is correct.
And what was Mr. Apkins' answer?
Mr. Apkins answered no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception indicated.
Boom! See?
talking-
Then you gotta ask the last one.
Excuse me?
You gotta ask that one. Nah.
Excuse me?
What-
I beg your pardon. The last question he does have to ask. We asked Mr. Apkins, since starting your relationship with Ms. Walter, have you had sexual contact with anyone besides her?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What was Mr. Apkins' answer?
Mr. Apkins answered no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination revealed there was no deception indicated.
That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about! I need apologies from every last one of y'all. We'll start with juror number 2. We'll start with juror number 2. Let's get it. Sorry to waste your time.
Nope, no.
Mr. Yarborough.
Excuse me. It's not a waste of time because we absolutely believe that you have not had sexual contact outside of your relationship.
Thank you.
But we absolutely believe that you are a controlling narcissist that needs to check himself. Okay?
My brother.
Okay? Very clear. I don't think that you lied whatsoever about sexual contact. I didn't believe that because I think that you're too arrogant to do that. Because you knew that you brought this woman is in court today because of your behavior and insecurity. This is a nice lady. This is a nice lady who has given herself to you to be in your life. And if I could sing, I would sing that little song, "You about to lose your woman." Because this woman is not going to put up with that kind of behavior anymore. Mr. Yarborough, thank you very much for your services. I'd appreciate that.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
She is a whole human being. And she may owe you an apology for doubting your fidelity, but you owe her an apology for putting her in a position that she has to question whether or not you are a psycho stalker. You want this woman to be your wife? You're going to have to step up. Ms. Walter?
Yes.
This has been an extremely emotional case. You have other problems. You have other issues that the two of you have to resolve. Trust is the foundation of every relationship. And I don't think you should walk down the aisle until you pour a little more seed into that soil.
Yeah.
Marriage is too serious and love is too important to waste it. That's my verdict.
Can't believe that, man.
No, but I'm glad that you did tell me the truth. I mean, I just didn't know that you
I
were
told you
telling the
I'm
truth. I know that.
You supposed to still, what's up though? To pass the test, you're supposed to get married, right?
No, there's so
What
much,
about the judge?
we still have to work on a bunch of things.
What does it leave me though,
came back-
huh? What does it leave me? You got the judge call me narcissistic, controlling, manipulative, and you didn't say yes. What am I supposed to do, huh? What does it leave us?
I don't know.
Made